there, backers. Backers of the Legacy line and backers of all things Legacy. This update's going to go across all the Legacies, so I apologize to the Neverland, Sherwoods, Albions, Miniatures, Legacy line, everything, that you probably get this message multiple times if you're a multiple backer. But I'm just I am speaking this message to you as a video just to give you a quick little update as to what's going on. So number one is, well, it's been about a week or two, 2 weeks since the campaign's been over, and let's tell you what we've been doing. We have been feverishly preparing everything for print to make sure that everything that wasn't prepared before is ready to go. The sad news is we didn't hit the Chinese New Year deadline because everything is pressing. And things that are pressing take about 30 days to press, and those 30 days unfortunately are going to run right into the Chinese New Year, which everything stops. So we've printed just some minor stuff like dice and things like that, things that we could kind of sneak in that we didn't have to get molds for and stuff before Chinese New Year hits. Then Chinese New Year hits, but our manufacturer understands the time sensitivity of this and is going to begin pressing our product immediately, the rest of the product after Chinese New Year. What that means for you is that the product will be pressed quickly and put together in bundles and crates and shipped over to us as fast as humanly possible. If the size of the crates shipping, because we're not actually getting them in, most of them in game boxes, because we're not, if you bought all the expansion content, they don't come in giant boxes. We don't have to worry about the size of pallets. Instead, it'll be kind of like those two boxes that are right above me. That's the Kings, Old Kings and the Knights Errant expansions. Those two boxes are like full of expansion content, and we are getting more and more boxes like that full of expansion content. Because it's not that big of a deal, we might actually look at the finances of air shipping it for speed. If that's the case, we'll get the games in about a week after they're done being printed. And then we can take all the product and we can portion it out appropriately and then begin the mass shipping situation. Now, that being said, shipping and other product of that nature, we should probably take a look at the backer kit. We're not using backer kit, the Pledge Manager. So we're going to go with CrowdOx. CrowdOx is a great Pledge Manager site. It's a little more personal, so we've been going back and forth with the CrowdOx people trying to work it out. Whereas Backer Kit, which I've used previously in the past, is kind of it's an automated system. They try to help you out with this. It's like a technical list of stuff you have to answer, and there's not really a personal side to it that I like. CrowdOx is really good because it's a little more user friendly as well. We should have that up in the next week or so. I'm really hoping to get it done by the end of this week, but I want to make sure that we go through the Pledge Manager correctly so that the metrics are 100% there for you, so there's no mistakes, no errors. And once we get the CrowdOx up, you can go in and you can add anything else. For late backers, you get a chance to jump in, so save your money up because we're going to give you another chance to do it. And then you can go in and you can just pre-order a bunch of stuff from there, and we'll take care of that over the next 2 weeks while Chinese New Year hits, and we'll be able to get better metrics as to just how many things are coming our way and how many things we're going to have to ship. Until then, hang tight. We are going to give you as many updates as we can on all the product that's coming out, especially Gascony's Legacy, which I will have shown you some graphics in this update. If you are not part of Gascony, let's see, Albion's Legacy, you'll get this video. Sherwood's Legacy, you can get this video. I might show you a couple character sheets from the Sherwoods to Albion's character kit conversion. Neverland's Legacy, you'll get this video. Gascony's Legacy, we're going to put some graphics up so you can see some of the actual graphic layouts, including some of the tokens and some of the artwork that's finally being done, including the fact that we have decided to give you 2 pieces of art in addition to the promised project. We put the project together and we looked at it and went, something is missing from this and we can't figure out what it was. And Josh pointed it out. And Josh was like, you know what's really crazy is that you've got this really cool cast of characters, but we're missing art for 2 iconic characters that are part of the universe that we never actually did art for, and they're the villains. So Cardinal Richelieu and Comte de Rochefort are 2 characters that we actually didn't actually have art for. They're not playable characters because they're bad guys, but wouldn't it be cool if they were art-based so we could turn them into standees and give you more production? So now Richelieu and Comte de Rochefort are going to be art pieces, and we have the artist working on that right now. He should have that art done shortly. It's not going to delay anything much. We've got a couple of weeks before anything has to be in the hands of the printer anyhow because of Chinese New Year. So we were just going to take that opportunity to try and sneak 2 more pieces of art in for you, and I'll put those in an update as soon as I get them. But I have a feeling they're going to be pretty cool because Richelieu's going to be like this dark warlock, and Rochefort's going to be like the dark sort of like eye patchy fencing assassin. It's going to be really, really cool. So that's if you see Gascony's, and I apologize every other Legacy backer if you're bleeding in everyone's thing. You're practically all part of the same family anyhow. So, and then Hyrkania's Legacy, I did that update already. Hyrkania's Legacy is in its process right now as well. So our goal is to have everything on the boat by the end of February. Sorry, I lied. That's the wrong game. That's Reanimator, which is already printing. The goal is to have all the product to the press and being pressed, and it takes about 35 days for the pressing to happen, but the manufacturer is going to try and expedite that for 2 weeks because most of the stuff has already been molded or formed or cut, and they've received the die lines. So we're going to have the files pressed as fast as humanly possible the first day back, and we're hoping that gets us to the first week of March. We're then going to either, if they're large pallets full of product, like many pallets full of product, that's going to cost too much money to ship via air, we'll put it on a boat. It's going to take about 3 weeks to get to port and get to us. If it's effective enough, like if it's only a few $100 extra, I've thrown so much money at this bloody thing anyway that I'll throw an extra couple of $100 US, which is like 4,000 Canadian. I'll throw a couple extra $100 US in there to expedite it by air, get it shipped over in a week, and then away we go. And then I'm thinking either by mid-March to the end of March, we will begin fulfilling the process. I would like by the beginning of Q2, as promised, in April, to make sure that throughout the month of April, no jokes, April Fools, no jokes, that your product is in your hand. Dice, metal coins, all the expansion kits, the character packs, the acrylic fire, the token upgrades, everything that's missing will be in your hands by April. Please, let's make this happen. And then that way, everyone is happy. And hey, and then in May, or maybe even June, we can just watch Jasco run away with another Kickstarter and do a Miyamoto's Legacy and get us into the old Japanese game, which is what we're trying to get to. But none of that's going to come into play come hell or high water until everyone has been satisfied with their products. So thank you very much. In terms of like backers that you're holding on and stuff, thank you so much for hanging on, backers. We really appreciate that you have maintained such a positive effort even in the negative times, and that I've received probably a good dozen of really, really positive messages from you backers, that people just being like, you know what, thank you. There were some times where it would be to go 4 weeks without an update or something. There wasn't much to update. Lessons learned, sob story, whatever. But the encouraging words that you guys were sending have been absolutely phenomenal. And it's counteracting the few of you that have been sending not so positive things my way. And that's fair too. Because I have made you wait a long time. We could get into the semantics of waiting. I think waiting is better than not receiving. But I can't apologize enough to have you understand that I'm going to be honorable to my word and make sure that you get the product that you paid for. And it's going to be damn good product. I want to make sure the quality is 100% there, and that you get exactly what you paid for. And I do apologize that it has taken so long. If there's a way in the future that I can make that up to you, I will. I don't want to promise any bonus content because it's just going to put me into a financial hole any further, but maybe someday we'll release some stuff on Board Game Geek for you, or some private links or something, just something private for you as a special thank you to all of our legacy backers who did this. Thanks for watching this long-winded speech. Look forward to updating again. Until then, keep an eye out. We are by far not done all of the products that we're working with other businesses. Just be prepared we have a big Shadowrun game coming up, Dragon Ball Z is coming up, and another game which I've been dying to tell everybody, but I can't seem to tell you yet because it's not out in the press release yet, and hopefully it will be soon. Until then, right on. Oh my God, that's the wrong thing to do. That is what I wanted to do. This for the European backers is not what I meant to do. Jesus, that's what I wanted to do. Peace, everybody. Peace. Not the English to French bow thing. Oh my God.